Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To get your own very copy of Qasas Al-Nabiyīn Part 1, special edition which features extensive vocabulary, grammatical analysis, rhetorical elements, syntactical insights, Quranic linguistics, overview of verb patterns, diacritical mark reference tables, Hansware dictionary abbreviations, over 1000 word forms, then click in the link in the description below. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the series Stories of the Prophets, Qasas Al-Nabiyīn, word-to-word translation. Story number 2, Waladu Azar, Azar's child. So inshallah, let's get started. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Waladu Azar, Azar's child. So we have our first sentence. وَكَانَ آزَرُ لَهُ وَلَدٌ رَشِيدٌ جِدًّا. So what means and? Kana means had. Azar is Azar. Lahu means he had. Waladun means child. Rashidun means righteous. Rashidun again means righteous. And Jiddan means very. So how would we translate our first sentence? وَكَانَ آزَرُ لَهُ وَلَدٌ رَشِيدٌ جِدًّا. And Azar, he had a righteous child, very righteous. Moving on to our next sentence. وَكَانَ اسْمُ هَذَا الْوَلَدِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. So what means and? Kana we will translate here as was. Ismu means name. Hadha means this. And the word al-walad means child. And Ibrahim is Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So inshallah, let's translate this sentence. وَكَانَ اسْمُ هَذَا الْوَلَدِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. And this child's name was Ibrahim. Moving on to our next sentence. وَكَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَرَى النَّاسَ يَسْجُدُونَ لِلْأَصْنَامِ. So what means and? Kana we will translate here as used to, as it is followed by the verb yara, which is an imperfect tense verb, so it will change the meaning to past tense continuous. Ibrahim is Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Yara we will translate here as see. And nas means people, and yasjuduna means prostrating. And it's used with the preposition li, not a direct object. So li we will translate here as to, and al-asnam we will translate as idols. So how would we translate this sentence? وَكَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَرَى النَّاسَ يَسْجُدُونَ لِلْأَصْنَامِ. And Ibrahim alayhi salam used to see the people prostrating to the idols. Moving on to our next part of the sentence. وَيَرَى النَّاسَ يَعْبُدُونَ الْأَصْنَامَ. So what means and? Yara means see, and nas means people, and ya'buduna means worshipping. And al-asnam we will translate here as idols. So let's translate this part of the sentence. وَيَرَى النَّاسَ يَعْبُدُونَ الْأَصْنَامَ. And he used to see the people worshipping the idols. Moving on to our next sentence. وَكَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَعْرِفُ أَنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ حِجَارَةٌ. So what means and? Kana again we will translate here as used to, as it is followed by يَعْرِفُ, which is an imperfect tense verb. However, it will change the meaning to past tense continuous. Ibrahim is Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ya'rifu here we will translate as know. Anna means that. And al-asnam means idols. And hijaratun means stones. So how to translate this sentence? وَكَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَعْرِفُ أَنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ حِجَارَةٌ. And Ibrahim alayhi salam used to know that the idols are stones. Moving on to our next sentence. وَكَانَ يَعْرِفُ أَنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ لَا تَتَكَلَّمُ وَلَا تَسْمَعُ. So what means and? Kana means used to. Inside is the pronoun, which is he. Ya'rifu means know. Anna means that. And al-asnam means idols. La tatakallamu, we will translate here as do not speak. What means and la tasma'u means do not hear. So let's translate this sentence. وَكَانَ يَعْرِفُ أَنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ لَا تَتَكَلَّمُ وَلَا تَسْمَعُ. And he used to know that idols do not speak and do not hear. Moving on to the next sentence. وَكَانَ يَعْرِفُ أَنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ لَا تَضُرُّ وَلَا تَنْفَعُ. So what means and? Kana, again we will translate as used to, as the meaning has been changed to past tense continuous. يَعْرِفُ means know. Anna means that. Al-asnam means idols. La tadurru, we will translate as do not harm. And what means and la tanfa'u means do not benefit. So let's translate this sentence. وَكَانَ يَعْرِفُ أَنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ لَا تَضُرُّ وَلَا تَنْفَعُ. And he used to know that idols do not harm and do not benefit. Moving on to the next sentence. وَكَانَ يَرَى أَنَّ الذُّبَابَ يَجْلِسُ عَلَى الْأَصْنَامِ فَلَا تَدْفَعُ. So what means and? Kana, again we will translate as used to. Yara means see. Anna means that. Al-dhubab means flies. Yajlisu we will translate as sit. Ala means on. Al-asnam means idols. Fa here we will translate as then. And la tadfa'u we will translate as they do not repel, referring back to the idols. So how to translate this sentence? وَكَانَ يَرَى أَنَّ الذُّبَابَ يَجْلِسُ عَلَى الْأَصْنَامِ فَلَا تَدْفَعُ. And he used to see that flies would sit on the idols, but then they would not repel, i.e. them. Next, وَكَانَ يَرَى الْفَأْرَ يَأْكُلُ طَعَامَ الْأَصْنَامِ فَلَا تَمْنَعُ. So what means and? Kana, again we will translate as used to. Yara means see. Al-fa'ra means mouse. Ya'kulu means eating. Ta'am means food. Al-asnam means idols. Fa we will translate as then. And la tamna'u means do not stop. So how to translate this sentence? وَكَانَ يَرَى الْفَأْرَ يَأْكُلُ طَعَامَ الْأَصْنَامِ فَلَا تَمْنَعُ. And he used to see the mouse eating the food of the idols, but then they would not stop, i.e. them. Moving on to our next sentence. وَكَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَقُولُ فِي نَفْسِهِ. So what means and? Kana we will translate as used to, as it's followed by يقول فعل مضارع, and he will change the meaning to past tense continuous. Ibrahim is Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. يقول means say, fi means in, nafs means self, and he means him. So how would you translate this sentence? وَكَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَقُولُ فِي نَفْسِهِ. And Ibrahim alayhi salam used to say to himself. What did you say? لِمَاذَا يَسْجُدُ النَّاسُ لِلْأَصْنَامِ. So لِمَاذَا means why. يَسْجُدُ means prostrate. And nas means people. And it's used with the preposition li. So li we will translate as to. And al-asnam means idols. So how do you translate this sentence? لِمَاذَا يَسْجُدُ النَّاسُ لِلْأَصْنَامِ. Why do people prostrate to the idols? Our next sentence. وَكَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَسْأَلُ نَفْسَهُ. So what means and? Kana we will translate here as used to, as it's followed by yas'alu. Ibrahim is Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Yas'alu means ask, nafs means self, and hu means him. So let's translate this sentence. وَكَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَسْأَلُ نَفْسَهُ. And Ibrahim alayhi salam used to ask himself, لماذا يسأل الناس الأصنام? لماذا we will translate here as why. يسأل means ask, الناس means people, and al-asnama means idols. So how would we translate this sentence? لماذا يسأل الناس الأصنام? Why do people ask from the idols? Alhamdulillah, that is story number 2 finished. Waladu Azara, word to word translation. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To deepen your understanding of the Arabic language, explore our range of courses, including Balagha, Arabic rhetoric, covering the 3 core disciplines of Arabic rhetoric. The Arab course, which offers a comprehensive study of diacritical markings, and the Tarkib course, focusing on sentence structure and composition, along with many other enriching programs. To learn more, click the link in the description.